related to the content or what anybody said. It's just like these stupid insecurities that we feel.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
And it's just like, why do we even like when I feel insecurities, I try to think about them as logically and rationally possible because I really want to work them out. I want to work out whether this insecurity is valid. Because if it is valid, I'll adjust my behavior to make sure that my behavior results in more positive outcomes for everybody who I relate to. But if it's just some dumb insecurity, I'm not going to talk to people about that because that would make me like some fucking idiot. I'm going to work it out on my own. And once I work it
Yeah.
out, I'm just going to be like, that was some stupid shit. I mean,
But
like that.
yeah, I notice for me sometimes though when I talk about like the dumb, insecure things I have with someone else, not a group of people. Usually, it'd be like one other person. Hearing the perspective of someone outside of myself, it kind of helps me realize, oh, gee, why didn't I see this? Because I'm looking from the outside. I mean, looking from the inside, and I miss a
Yeah,
detail sometimes. You know?
I can totally relate to that. And like, I'm currently at the point in my life where I do still need to talk to my really close INTP buddy to work out what shit I'm missing, like what flaws of my mind that I don't pick up. But
Yeah.
I'm still getting to the point where I understand his mind
Mm.
to the extent that I don't even need to ask him anymore. It's just like I figure this shit out on my own. But like I don't mean to sound really hot headed or anything. It's just that I really can figure this shit out. And I don't know, it's
No, I do the
like
same thing with people, but I always leave an open, like, I don't leave it closed because there's always tons of different variables for people to do something, outside of prediction. Because
yeah.
that was another thought that popped in my head was not everything can be logically explained sometimes. I notice for me when it comes to my feelings and my emotions about certain stuff, I'll recognize, oh, this thing made me angry. Well, let me figure out why did it make me angry. I'll just notice this one variable of whatever cause thing made me angry. I
Yeah.
had some kind of a personal emotional response to just this thing, and there's no logic to it. It's just my own personal response to this thing. If that makes sense. I kind of compart or separate my feeling from
I
fact.
can I can
And
relate, but I can relate, but only in the sense of when I was like really young, like 16. Like when I eventually grew out of that shit to the point where like like things wouldn't be personal to me. Like I would just be like, this means this and this means that, and yeah. Sorry, I really can't relate that much.
no, I mean like in a sense that like I try not to confuse I mean I probably do anyways, but I try to be aware of like I feel about this certain thing and it's just me. It doesn't apply to everybody else or a system. It's just my own individual thing. So
Yeah.
it's a separate thing, and I recognize that. And it's separate from my decisions, or it can be separate from logical thinking, because it's like a different thing. Sometimes I notice some people confuse their feelings for like facts, or they think their feelings are the same as others. When
I
it's
don't know. I don't like to separate my feelings to logic. Like all of my feelings, I believe I can process through logic. So I really can't relate to that.
yeah, it's me.
I need to take a piss.
What's up, she?
I was just enjoying that conversation. It's interesting.
Yeah, I forgot what his type was. I think he's like what, an ENTJ?
No,
No.
no, he thought he was. Well, I could be wrong. I don't think he's ENTP, but I think he was deciding between INFP and INTP. Probably INTP more than likely. That's what he
Okay,
had
yeah,
said.
that would make sense.
Nobody. You're the only one who wants to identify as INFP here, Kit Kats. You're a
Yeah.
brave soul.
Well, I'd say he's more of a thinker with maybe FI valued.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. Like you guys that talk with like certainty, like how you like do things. And I'm like, I I try to do that, but it don't.
Not, yeah, like I usually do is a loose guideline for
Mhm.
people because I don't know, it's weird. I do it easily more with like writing or like movies. Like I will predict almost usually like what's gonna happen. I get
Oh,
super
like
excited when something unexpected happens and I freak out on that. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see this happening. Like, what was that movie? What the heck was it called? It was with one of the Key and Peele brothers who never made it. What the heck was it? It was with the mind controlling white people. It sounds racist.
oh,
What was that
I
movie
don't think
called?
I've seen it. I
Oh,
have no idea.
you gotta see it. It was so funny. I mean, it was so good. Have you seen Cabin in the Woods?
Is that the right Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
I think so. Is that like a horror movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I'm pretty sure.
That one made me happy. Because it was like everything I was predicting was happening, and then it just took a 180, and I'm like, whoa, wait, I've been liking this. That was with my
How do you
friend. Yeah.
how do you feel about when it happens in like a romance movie where like things are going well and like two people who you are like rooting for are like coming together and then like one just gets hit by a bus or something towards the end?
I called it,
Those
is what I
ones.
say. If it's a bust, then that's like plus 1,000 points for me, because I always say that in
Oh
romance
really?
stuff. I don't like romance stuff. So, like, when I
Yeah.
see romance, I'm like, oh, they finally are together. And then the next day, Jimmy got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a joke I use a lot. But bus hits are usually funny. Getting hit by a bus, it's like a classic.
You're dark, Kit Kats.
Getting hit by a bus is right next to explosive diarrhea and dysentery. I'm trying to think of what else things because I don't want to talk about it because it's going to spoil it, and if someone hears it, I don't want to spoil it for them.
Oh, I mean I don't care, but
No, but it was so good.
yeah, I love. I like watching the movies where like you have to pick up on subtleties. So like you can rewatch it and then like,
Yes,
not get bored by it because there's so much there.
I love it. It's like in the very beginning, you go back and you're like, whoa, those guys did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I can imagine like whoever produced the movie or the director or whoever was part of it, they like went back and put that detail from the ending, and it's like they were being all like they were trying to be all sly, like ha ha
Mhm.
ha. I don't know why, but I imagine that being like a funny joke.
Oh,
Like the people who made the movie have like a little joke for themselves, and then I catch that joke that they were having.
yeah. Do you ever have those moments like where I swear this happens every time I go to a movie theater or something where like I laugh out loud to something during a scene because it was like hilarious, but like literally nobody else in the audience is laughing.
I don't care. I keep
Sometimes,
laughing.
sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
What's great is when I hear one person laugh really loud out of like some other side of the theater, and I'm just like, yeah, this person gets it too. Yeah, we're both on the same plane, man.
Yeah, well, it leads me to think like, okay, did nobody think that was funny, or did nobody get it, or why am I the only one laughing right now?
Wait. There was something. I think it was the same movie I was talking about. There was some point where someone died, and I just bursted out laughing with my friend, and everyone else was just looking at it like, "You did not just get the humor in this. This is hilarious. It's extra funny." It's like
I can relate to Hoshi in the sense that, like, I'm thinking, did nobody get this? Like, did nobody? Is it just me thinking this is funny? But I'm usually too like cacked with laughter that I can't really think about it too much. I'm just like, oh my fucking god, this movie scene is so fucking funny.
I actually kind of like when that happens.
I'm just thinking all the
Like a
times I'm
special
in a.
moment.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just laughing myself. I'm just thinking, I don't remember what it was. It was something that happened in a movie, and I just like said something like, "Oh my god, that person just did that dumbass." I'm just laughing, and it was really quiet, and there was a whole bunch of people around too. And then they started laughing after I said that.
That's great.
For all we know, the consensual values that we hear in like laughs of like laughs toward music, toward movies in like cinema. Because cinema creates a crowd, right? And nobody can see the crowd, but like somebody will start laughing, and then everybody will start laughing. For all we know, the source towards the climax of the laugh could just be from some individual dude, and not that it's a consensual thing to laugh at.
Oh, okay.
And like, so you just hear someone laughing, and it just makes it funny. You know, it's really funny.
And it's like cue laughter.
No, it's funny. It's when something terrible happens, and I don't. For some reason, I'm not laughing, and I hear someone else laughing. I'm laughing at the fact that they find it funny, and that's great. And now I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, sometimes I just laugh because other people I'm not even laughing at the cinema. I'm just laughing at the way people are laughing at it. I'm just like,
and that's
oh my god, that's such a funny laugh. It's just like, how could you cack up in that way? And it's just like, oh, that's fucking funny as shit.
Have you guys ever heard my brother's laughter?
Yes.
Yeah, you heard that, right? So,
Yeah.
my brother was
hilarious.
we were in the theater, right? And he was like 100% laughing. You guys haven't heard his full like Super Saiyan laugh yet, probably
Yeah,
not.
I haven't heard.
It's like a dying whale and like a hyena at the same time. It's very interesting. It's a whole mix of things. But he was hiding. I was at a theater actually, and then had a friend, so he hid behind some wall and scared my friend, and he was laughing maniacally at a distance, and I was getting butter at the popcorn, and someone was next to me, and they're like, "That laugh." I turned to them. I was trying to be funny and slick, and I was like, "Yeah, it's really scary as I live with that." And they just didn't respond. And I'm like, okay, that joke failed. I'm gonna go now. And my brother's laughter is still going. Ah! Like I can't mimic it. It's like howling in the background still, the whole time.
Your brother's funny.
Yes, he gets away with stuff. That's one reason he can get away with things.
Because he's funny?
Yeah, like he might insult me, but I'm like, that's really funny. I'm mad, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
Seems my cousins do the same thing. My cousins are always trying to insult me, but I don't find the insults insulting, so I'm just looking at them like, I'll just laugh because you want me to laugh. It's hard. It's just like I don't really feel the joke's funny at all, but I'll laugh because I've laughed in the past. Like I've laughed when I was young, when I wasn't even thinking about the jokes. So I think, well, if I laughed back then, why shouldn't I laugh now?
You should just keep a straight face, look them dead in the eye, and just say your jokes aren't funny.
No, but I can't do that. I can't do that.
No, you can't do the straight face. Just cover your mouth and like pose, and just like,
I can.
That's not funny.
It just depends on the degree to which they push
You
the
no
jokes.
longer amuse me. Where have the years gone?
Yeah. When they push it to the degree where it's like not funny at all, I'll just be like,
you disappoint me.
Yeah, and
to the kangaroos with you.
Kangaroos.
Yeah, you have those, right?
Yeah, there are many of kangaroos in Australia.